Okay, welcome back to our Saturday yoga class. Happy Halloween. I hope that the day is filled with delicious and sugary goodness and a lot of safety and maybe some fun costumes. And anything else you'd like to take into Halloween. It's a very lovely autumnal time. I was just saying that I taught yoga, a chilly yoga class in the park today, and it was just gorgeous when the sun came out and the air was crisp, but we were already in our practice, so we were warm, and it was just like a lovely time. So for today's practice, I called it Warrior Flow. We're gonna move through our warriors. We've done this once before. We're gonna hit Warrior 1, Warrior 2, and Warrior 3, and we're also gonna expand Warrior 3 to move into a standing split. So I will help guide into that, and if that's in your practice, you can, take it away. Now, because it is a little chillier finally these days, we're gonna start with breath of fire, Kapalabhati breath. And this breath, it takes some getting used to, so don't be discouraged. And I just want to give a word of caution. If you get lightheaded, please just stop. What you're going to do is you're going to place your hand on your belly, right where your diaphragm is. So when you do your belly breath, you feel your belly expanding and contracting. The inhale, the hand presses out. The exhale, the hand presses in. So let's just take a couple normal breaths, just feeling the belly expand and pull back. So expand on the inhale and pull back towards the spine on the exhale. So for Kapalabhati breath, in the park, my nose was so cold, I was like snotting everywhere. It was really gorgeous. You're going to take an inhale, and then you're going to keep your lips closed, and you're going to sharply exhale through your nose. But the exhale originates actually in the belly. So the hand is on the belly to really remind us that the abdomen really crunches towards the spine, and that belly exhale presses the air out through the nose. It's a short, quick snap of an exhale. So let's try it. Take a deep breath in. And then you see the hand presses in, and it's just like you're trying to get the dust out of your nose or something. And then so let's try that one more time, just like that. And keep going. And eventually you'll stop feeling the need to take a deep inhale, and the abdomen will just expand on its own, and then the exhales can come faster and sharper. So for example, and you can build up speed as you get comfortable. So let's try. Remember, the exhale is when the hand presses in. Find your own rhythm. You can take breaks. This is to generate a little bit of heated breath, right? Quick action, quick friction. So deep breath in. Let it finish whenever you want. One more set. Just let the air come out and back in naturally. So some classes actually will start that way, and you'll do Kapalabhati breath for quite a while, really generating this heat, this abdominal work as I'm taking a break. It can really warm us up, and it's especially nice in the winter weather. And as you get used to it, it becomes more natural. So unfortunately, this does not really work in yoga. I'll keep it as part of the ambiance. All right, and we're gonna move to our mats. Comfortable seat, we're gonna do a seated cat-cow. Sometimes I do these very dramatic seated cat-cows. We're just gonna keep it a little simpler today because we're gonna do a lot to keep us warm. So you're just gonna inhale, feel the chest pressing out, shoulders back, gaze lifts. And then exhale, rounding. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can just match the shape. Inhale, heart presses forward, gaze lifts, shoulder blades back. And exhale, round, feel the spine doming. Head is the last thing to go. Take a couple rounds of your breath. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. I'm just gonna lower the volume. One more cycle of breath, one more full round. And then just find yourself in a neutral, aligned position, ears over shoulders, over hips. Eyes can close, hands can come to prayer in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. It's the position of your hands here. And here, Halloween is, it can be very spiritual for some, it can be very secular or just kind of goofy. Take whatever you want. If there's any, there's a particular attention to the spiritual realm around this time of year. A lot of photo shoots in graveyards and sort of calling upon of ancestors and such. And in all seriousness, if there's somebody that you'd like to call to mind, somebody in your memory who lives in your memory, please do so now. Or if there's any other element of the spiritual that you'd like to bring into practice today, by all means. Even a simple dedication of the practice to somebody or something, a beloved pet, that can be very soothing. Excellent. And when you're ready, blink open your eyes. We are going to get started. So I'm going to remove my little socks. I feel like I've just been taking off layers since we've gotten here. All right, we're going to come onto hands and knees. And just to engage the side body, let's quickly bump our hips to the right, gaze over our right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale to bump the hips to the left, gaze over the left shoulder. Do that a few more times just to work the side body a little. When you've had enough, take any other little movements you need here. And we're going to step our hands about a palm print forward, tuck those toes, really feel the gripping of the toes into the mat. And from this solid foundation, begin to lift the hips up into the sky, pressing the heart between the elbows, downward facing dog. If this is your first downward of the day, take it easy. Walk out those feet, the knees can be bent. Especially if you're just warming up, definitely don't be judging yourself. This is just you waking up the body, sending blood to parts of the body that you want to work, and getting your body primed for movement, for breath. There's no judgment here. Take it as slowly and as easily as feels right. This is to prevent injury. Good. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And blow out the birthday candles through a little hole in your lips. I'm going to gaze forward. Begin to big bear step. Walk our feet towards our hands. Realize once again I match with the background. I feel like this always happens. When I teach ballet classes, I wear like bright colors because so my students can see me. But I guess in yoga, I don't know, always wear black clothing. Good. We're hanging it down in our forward fold. Let your knees have a generous bend. If you would like, you can reach opposite elbows and gently rock side to side, nodding your head yes, shaking it no, to ensure that your neck is nice and loose, your head is heavy. You're going to release your hands, bend your knees, and roll up very gently, one vertebrae at a time. When you come to standing, just reach those arms out and up. Oh, I can't even see me when I'm standing. That should be better. Almost. Bring your hands to prayer if you are still following along. There we go. Into prayer. Take a moment here, close your eyes, find your center, find a sense of your midline here. And blink your eyes open. We're going to bend our knees, reach our arms out and up, palms come together. And we're going to swan dive, dive forward. I'm just going to adjust one more time because it's annoying me. Forward fold here. We're going to inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Feel that horizontal stretching, crown of your head to tailbone. Your next exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold. Final one, inhale, halfway lift. And forward fold. Now bend your knees, plant your hands, step one foot back, and then the other. You can stay in a high plank or you can come to a low plank. You're gonna inhale to shift forward, exhale to lower down. Don't mind my head dipping. It should all be one spot, but I'm a little tight right now. Inhale, baby cobra, elbows pulling towards each other. A little challenge to generate some heat. You can flutter your arms off the floor. And lower down. And then moving back up through tabletop. Tucking those toes. Lifting those hips high into downward facing dog. Deep breath in through your nose. Side out. One more time. Deep breath in. Blow out the birthday candles through a hole in your lips. Beautiful. You're going to inhale the right foot up. And you're going to exhale to shift forward. Let that knee come towards your nose. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then you're going to step that foot in between your hands. High lunge. Excellent spot for blocks under your hands here. Here you're going to plant your left hand on the ground. Open the right hand to the sky. Exhale, lower the right hand to a block or the floor. Open your left hand to the sky. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to engage the muscles as we slowly lift our fingers off the ground. Perhaps we bring them overhead. Clasp the hands, extend the the index fingers. High lunge, maybe you take a little back bend. And your next exhale, frame your feet with your hands. Step the front leg back to meet the back leg. Inhale to shift forward, knees can drop. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Move through cobra or upward dog. And on your next exhale, begin to lift those hips high in the sky and meet in downward facing dog. Good job. Inhale here. Side out. Inhale in. Blow out the birthday candles. Excellent job. You're going to gaze forward. Step your feet towards your hands. Forward fold. Again, take this as you need. If you need to bend your knees, if you want to gently rock, take this time. We're still warming up. You're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Last one, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees to reach those arms out, 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 and up. Palms come together. Exhale, palms to your heart. Take stock for a moment. Close your eyes. Excellent. Blink those eyes open. We're going to bend your knees. Reach those arms out and up. Palms come together. And slice the air in front of you as we dive forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Take a moment here. Can we feel the tailbone stretching to the back wall, crown of the head to the front wall, length between the vertebrae? Take a breath here. And on your exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Plant your hands. You're going to step one foot back, then the other. High or low plank. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Chaturanga. Press through either cobra or your upward dog, which is what I'm doing. And we're going to come to meet through tabletop or through rolling over those toes in downward facing dog. Walk forward due to space. You're going to inhale the left foot this time high to the sky. Exhale to shift forward. Send that knee towards your nose. Hold it for a moment. And then step it between your hands. Good, fine. Squared hips here. Excellent. We're going to plant the right hand on a block or on the floor. Peel the left hand up to the sky. Shine bright. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Inhale, light up the sky with the right hand. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to engage the muscles as we prepare to lift our hands off the ground. You can use your leg for support. Perhaps the hands come up overhead, squaring those hips, shoulders down. Palms can come together as we interlace our fingers and extend our index finger, perhaps a subtle back bend. And then exhale to plant your hands on either side of that front leg. Well done. Step it back, high plank or low plank. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale to lower down. Any cobra or upward dog that you like. And everybody come into your tabletop. Open those knees nice and wide, whatever's comfortable for you. And set those hips back towards your heels. Let your head, the forehead, rest on the floor in between your elbows. This is rest, so let yourself fully relax here. Let your heart rate come back, that cardiac drift where our heart still beats after we work out, and when we start working out, it takes a second to get there. Let it drift back to your normal resting rhythm. Inhale, look forward, and just maybe walk your fingertips like half an inch further. And then exhale, let your forehead come back to the ground. We're just getting a little more stretch in the shoulder blades. Inhale, you're gonna look forward one more time, maybe half an inch more. Definitely don't go so far. I don't want anyone to have any sensitivity in those shoulder blades. Just trying to increase the natural length here. Exhale, head forward, forehead to the floor. Inhale, moving through tabletop, squaring the knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. Let's meet in tabletop for a moment. Let's just rotate the wrists, do a little wrist stretch while we rest. The fingertips can be facing your knees, or they can be facing out to the sides, like a seal. I think it's a seal. Sea lion. Excellent, and then just shake one out, plant it down normally, shake the other one out, plant it down. You're gonna step those hands about a palm print forward, tuck the toes, feel that foundation in the toes and the flat palms. And from here, feel the hips become weightless as they lift to the sky. Your heart presses between your elbows. Deep inhale once you arrive. Full emptying exhale. Again, deep inhale all the way to the belly. Let it all out. Excellent. You're gonna inhale the right foot up to the sky. Exhale, send the right knee towards the left elbow, cross over your body. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, knee to nose. And you know where we're going. You're gonna step it right between the hands. I am going to rotate, just so I'm not facing the back wall when I do this. From here, we're in this lunge. Runner's lunge here. You're gonna rotate the back foot so that the left toes are pointing to the side. Front foot is still pointing straight ahead. From here, engage the muscles. Begin to windmill up those arms. Hey, this is our warrior two. Hang tight here. Just want to put this over the piano bench so you can maybe see my legs by contrast. It's my bathrobe. I knew it would come in handy. That's a little better, a little bit. So nice deep lunge in the front leg. Back toes are pointing to the side, front toes are pointing to the front. Let's inhale our spine to be completely vertical. Good, gaze over the front fingers. Inhale, forearm drops to the thigh, left arm reaches up past the ear. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse that warrior. Side stretch. Hand can support the lower back if you like. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale. If you'd like, you can put the forearm on the leg, or you can slide those toes right towards your ankle. Extended side angle. If bind is in your practice, here you're going to draw your left arm behind your back. This is your half bind. For a full bind, your right arm is going to reach under your leg. Try to hold on to the other arm. Take some finagling. One is absolutely fine. This is fine. This is fine. You're getting a lot of great effects no matter where you are. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale. Straighten that front leg. Yes. Turn. Oh, the room just lit up. I don't know. Turn the right foot to be facing the same side as the left foot. Excellent. And here, you're going to bend your knees and jumping jack. Just jump your feet closed. Shake it up. Good. Take a little breath. Have a sip of water. Man, I am not like in this view very well. I should just turn off my own view so I don't see it. All right, so we're going to come to the left side of our mat. This is a little different. This is going to feel a little workout-y, but it's based off of Utkatasana chair pose, which if we have time, we're going to do in a variation also at the end. So you're going to separate your feet as wide or slightly wider than your hips, and you can turn out your toes just a smidge. Just a smidge. We're not doing like a ballet thing here. And you can just have your hands in prayer. You can just hold your fists, whatever you'd like. And you're going to sit back like you're sitting on a chair and lift your toes just to ensure that you're not putting the weight in the toes. Try to keep the front body lifted. And you're going to stand up. Step the left foot in, step the right foot out. Little squat chair on the other side. Come up, right foot comes in, left foot comes out. So again, we're moving across the floor back and forth. So exhale down, inhale up, step, step, exhale down, inhale up, step, step. The steps are on the inhale as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more each side. Exhale, inhale. Good, and shake it out. Good job. Just some casual squat work in our yoga class. Wonderful. Then you're going to come to whatever side you like, and we're going to go. I'm going to start here, so I'm facing you again. We're going to go through a little flow to get back into our yoga rhythm. Here we're going to have. We're going to start at the back edge of our mat. Bend your knees or reach your arms up. Exhale. Palms come together. Slice the pie in front. Forward fold. Find that breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Feel like a wave in an ocean. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, flow, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, halfway lift. We're never fully stopping. We're always moving. Exhale, forward fold. You're going to gaze forward, and this time we're going to walk our hands out to be nice and long, our feet out, until we're long enough to be in a plank. Knees can always, always, always drop. You're going to inhale, shift forward. Exhale slowly for the count of 5. Lower down 4, 3, 2, 1, and press into your cobra or your upward facing dog. Take your time here. And on your next exhale, find your way through tabletop or through rolling over those toes into your downward facing dog. Seat went on my toe. Good. Take a breath here. Feel into your foundation. Are all 10 knuckles firmly glued to the ground? Is your index finger pointing straight ahead, or is it kind of pointing towards the other one? Point those index fingers straight ahead. Can you feel the balls of your feet firmly rooted on the ground? You're going to inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Feel that crunch, yeah. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left knee to the left elbow. Inhale, send it back. Final one, knee to nose. And slowly with that same sense of flow, try to step or take a couple steps to get that foot in between those hands. Find a lunge, square the hips for a moment. Maybe we can get a little length in the spine. Wonderful. We're now going to rotate the back foot, which is our right foot, so the toes face the side of the room, whereas the left toes continue to face the front. Engaging those muscles, squeezing them towards each other, the leg muscles, squeeze them towards each other, so that frees up our arms to windmill into this gorgeous warrior two. Actually, perfect spot for my witchy hat. Excellent. Shoulder blades pulling towards each other gently, shoulders down in their pockets, gaze over the left fingers. Make sure that your knee isn't going way past your ankle. Feel the energy in the back leg down, your pinky side. So the whole foot is really gripped into the earth, not just the inner edge. You're gonna inhale, place the left forearm on the thigh. Stretch the right arm past that ear or up into the sky. Come back to warrior two, deep breath. Exhale, reverse that warrior. Side stretch. Inhale back, warrior two. Exhale, here you can do the same extended side angle we just did, or you can slide that hand down towards your ankle, hovering right at the ankle. If you're here, you can drop the top arm behind your back, half bind, or you can reach the bottom hand to hold your own right hand. Make a little circle, full bind. Wherever you're at is excellent. And we're gonna inhale, warrior two. Exhale to settle into that a little more. I know, I'm feeling it. And then with all the power you have, straighten up. Whew. Shake it out. Carefully come up. It's easy to like hit this position and then just like fall to the ground. So shake it out. Intentionally, I put those lunges, those squats in between, just to see if they would activate our muscles any differently. Excellent. So let's just take a moment to clasp our hands behind our back, to pull the shoulders down, feet hips width distance apart. Take a deep breath, feel into the length that you created. Breathe into this stretched, long person that you are. And then exhale, keeping the elbows straight. Begin to bow forward, sending the fist up towards your head. Getting a little shoulder rinse here. Again, I don't know why they call it that. I guess it's like the way you rinse a towel, you're kind of wringing it out. Let your head be heavy, so let your neck go. You should be able to nod your head and shake it. You can bend your knees, certainly. And then just bend your knees deeply to come out of it. As we lift our torso, letting the hands come down. Oh, release. Let's do a couple. One shoulder rolls back, then the other. One, then the other. Bring them forward now. One, other, one, the other. Now this thing, next thing, throws me off every time. You're gonna roll one shoulder back and the other forward at the same time. Try your best. It's more for just coordination challenge. And then we're gonna try the other way. Okay, so this is where, I'm not sure if I'm doing the same way or not. Try to then roll the other shoulder forward and the other one back. Whew. Good, and just take whatever you need here. Good work. All right, come to your favorite edge, favorite short edge of your mat. Moving right along. This is gonna move into our warrior one, warrior three sequence. So feet hips width distance apart. Inhale the arms up. If you want to take a little rise off your heels, that's okay. Lower them down. Swan dive forward. Forward fold. Find your flow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Just like your breath never stops, neither does your motion. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Final one. Inhale, halfway lift. Then exhale, forward fold. We're gonna walk our fingers out ahead. You can move through a chaturanga or just meet in downward dog. For a chaturanga, high plank, shift forward, lower down. Come into your cobra or upward dog. And find your way into downward facing dog. We're going to inhale the right foot high. We're going to exhale, knee to nose. Step between those hands. I know we're doing a lot of that today. Before we rise, we're going to slightly rotate the back foot. Not as much as warrior two, half as much. So it's on a diagonal. You can use your thigh for support. You're going to lift your body up into the air. Deep lunge in that front leg. Square those hips. So pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Lift those arms. Warrior one. Warrior one. Palms can come together. You can extend the middle finger, the index finger, and give a slight back bend if you like. And then come back up. Keep finding that square, strong, frontward facing position. You're going to open your hands. Actually, you can bring them to your hips if you like. You're just going to place the weight in your front leg as we pick up the back leg and send it slightly more forward. And from here, continue transferring the weight into that front leg. Maybe the back leg can lift. I'm just going to step back. Maybe the back leg can lift into our warrior three. Arms can be on your hips, out in front, at your sides, wherever is supported. Play around. If you fall, get back in there. Your leg does not have to be high at all. Whenever you're ready, you're going to bend that front leg to gently guide the back leg down. Find your way back into that warrior one. Right foot facing the front, back foot facing front left corner. Release those arms. Hands frame your foot. You're going to square your hips, so rotate the back foot so now it's in the high lunge. Step your front leg back to meet your back leg. Feel free to move through a chaturanga or meet me in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. From here, simply lower the knees, untuck the toes, or you can tuck them, whatever feels better. You're going to send the hips back in space. Get a little restorative child's pose in here, where you can collect your energies, recover. It's one thing to push ourselves, but if you are pushing yourself and you're completely depleted, you're not going to grow. We're just going to get exhausted and build on exhaustion. So let's restore ourselves so we can build from a place of strength, from a place of rest. Let your head be heavy. I'm going to pivot around so I can do the other side without facing the back. And when you're ready, slowly lift from the lower belly, come back into your tabletop. Let's meet here. Take a breath, moving slowly out of our rest. You're going to walk your hands forward, tuck those toes, root to rise. So root into those points of foundation so the tailbone can rise. Take a deep breath in downward dog. Full exhale. Inhale, the left heel high. And exhale, to shift forward, you're going to plant that foot between your hands. You can take a couple steps, whatever it takes. High lunge. We're going to rotate the back foot so it's on a diagonal. Might take a little bit of finagling. Again, not as turned out as much as warrior two, but half as much. When you're ready, you can use your thighs for support. Come to rise. Warrior one, squaring the hips so the left hip comes back, right hip comes forward a little. If you notice, I'm taking a lot of little steps because it just doesn't feel right. So take whatever little steps make this have a sense of ease. If you feel like you're pushing or something is really straining, take a couple steps so you find what works for you. Nice lunge in the front leg. Arms can rise. Shoulders still press down even though your spine is nice and long. Palms can come together. Middle fingers can extend. Optional back bend. And come on back. From here, we're going to release the arms. Press them through the air like you're pressing through water. Hands come to your hips. Then you're gonna start transferring your weight into that front foot, the left foot. To step your back leg in a little more. Keep squaring to the front. Feel your foundation. Transfer your weight fully into that front foot, which frees up the back foot to lift. You can lift an inch. You can lift 10 inches, 10 feet. Flexing through the foot. Find something to look at just below and ahead of your foot. I'm staring at a stain on my couch. When you're ready, bend the front leg. Gently guide the back leg down. Warrior one. Exhale to frame the front foot. Rotate the back leg so it is square in a lunge. Inhale to send the front foot to meet the back foot. Take a moment here in your plank. Knees can always drop. Your next inhale, we're going to shift forward. Exhale to lower down between those elbows. Cobra or downward dog. Exhale. Cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. You're going to gaze forward. You can hop or step those feet towards your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Find your flow. Inhale, halfway lift. Feel the tailbone pressing back, crown reaching forward. Exhale, forward fold. Final round. Inhale, halfway lift. Deep breath. Exhale, forward fold. Excellent. I'm rotating. You don't have to rotate. I want to face back. Now we're going to walk our hands out in front of us, our feet back until we're in a plank. Optional chaturanga here. If you want to just meet in downward dog, absolutely. This time we're going to add a standing split. Sounds scary, but don't be alarmed. We're going to lower down to our knees for a moment while I explain. So we're going to move through that exact flow. We're going to move through warrior one into warrior three, maybe with a little bit of a quicker tempo because now we know where we're going. It's from warrior three, that airplane with the leg back, that we're then going to gently tip our bodies forward. If blocks are in your practice, your hands are going to reach for those blocks. Otherwise, your hands are going to reach for the floor or your leg, your standing leg. And while the back foot just kind of hangs out there, maybe it stretches a little higher, maybe not. But a lot of the work is keeping your balance as you continue to send your torso forward. Standing splits are, they're challenging and they're silly, and you don't have to have a split in the air. They're just called standing splits. They look more like standing L's or standing V's. So don't feel that you have to look a certain way. Consider it more of a balance challenge, something to invert us, to get some new perspective on this Hallows Eve. Anyhow, hopefully we're a little rested now. We're going to come back into our tabletop to then move into our downward dog. When we've arrived, take a deep breath in, sigh it out. Next inhale, you're going to lift the right foot high in the sky. Exhale to send that foot down in between your hands. It helps to get that knee as high as you can first, so you have a little more space to swing that foot. You're going to rotate the back foot on the diagonal. Inhale, lift the arms, warrior one. Lunge in the front leg, make sure the knee isn't going past your ankle. Square those hips. Optional back bend. Come on back, standing straight. Hands come down to hips. Begin to transfer your weight into the front leg as you step forward with the back leg. And maybe we begin to lift off the ground. Warrior three. Torso is coming towards the floor, but we're basically in a table with our bodies. For standing split, you will continue to lower your torso down towards the ground. Hands can reach onto blocks, maybe your own leg. Woo. Let your neck be heavy. Good, and this is it. Take it easy, bend that front leg if you need. Don't feel you have to climb Everest in a day. Standing splits are weird. Now the hardest part, lower the leg a little, the back leg, as we begin to lift our torso back to warrior three. And then back to warrior one. Oh, the reverse. You think you got it when you're there, and then you're like, oh, I still have to do this. So let's find your warrior one. Deep breath. And we're gonna bow forward to frame our front foot with our hands. Rotate the back foot so it's square. Step the front foot back to meet your back leg. Optional chaturanga, they're always optional. I'm just doing them in case you're doing them. And we're gonna find our way into downward dog. Final side, final standing pose. I'm gonna rotate. Deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out, feel yourself settling in your downward. One more time. Final inhale, let's move deliberately. We're gonna inhale, lift the left foot high in the sky. Exhale to get that knee nice and high, shift forward, and step that foot in between your hands. Inhale to rotate the back foot on a diagonal, come to standing warrior one. Exhale to settle, square the hips. Inhale to clasp the hand, potentially extend the index finger and slide backward. Exhale to come back to a tall warrior one. On your next exhale, press those arms down, let them come to your hips. Inhale to shift your weight to the front leg, step the back leg up a half step, and then shift fully onto that front leg as our back leg rises. If you want to just play around in warrior three today and not go into standing splits, please honor that. You've hit your warrior three and you're like, all right, I'm ready. Begin to lower the torso closer to your legs, using your hands to reach the floor, some blocks, maybe your own ankle. The back leg can lift higher if there's ease with which to do so. And then prepare yourself for the reverse. So wherever you are, begin to lift the front body. Back to a 90-degree angle. Back to 180 degrees. And then lower down the back leg. Warrior one. Take a breath, you've done it. Exhale to bow forward, frame that foot with your hands. You're gonna rotate the back foot so it's square. Send the front foot back. Final chaturanga, inhale to shift forward. Exhale to lower down. And when you get here, release everything. Release your hands. Let one cheek rest on the ground. Let your shoulders be heavy and let your eyelids close. Take deep breaths. And let's switch which cheek is on the ground. Excellent. We're just going to gently roll over onto our back. And in lieu of our chair pose variation, do a little bit of core work here. You're going to lay down on your back, lifting those legs in the air. They do not have to be straight. Hands are going to come underneath your head, elbows pressing towards the ground, so elbow to elbow is a straight line. I'm going to take a deep breath here. Exhale, lift, keeping the elbows flat, or at least in a straight line, and inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. Find your rhythm. We're going to do them for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At the top, hold it, and pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down to the ground, bend those knees, let the soles of the feet hit the ground. Open those arms like an airplane, and let those knees rock side to side like windshield wipers. Good work. Excellent, let those knees settle up. We're gonna cross the right foot over the left for tea time and gently twist to the left. So let the knees fall to the left side, gaze goes over to the right shoulder. And let this twist really be a release for you. Find where you're holding tension and mindfully let it go. Mindfully send some relaxing energy to those places. Say relax. Hey, shoulders, you relax. Hips, relax. Tension is integral for keeping us upright, keeping us going, but as integral is release. Let's inhale those knees back up, uncross them, and now you're gonna cross the left leg over the right. Let the knees gently drop over to the right side. If you're feeling a lot of tension in this, stacking pillows under your knees is a nice way to still access the twist, but with reduced pain. Reduced pain in your hip and lower back. Gaze over the left or beyond the left shoulder. If you gaze at the left shoulder, it's a little weird. Gaze beyond the left shoulder. Eyes can even close. And inhale, bring those knees back up. Uncross them. We're gonna roll over onto our bellies one more time. And we're gonna bring our elbows underneath our shoulders. Palms down, tops of the feet down. I'm just gonna inhale the shoulders down and back. Our necks are long, gaze straight ahead, Sphinx pose. Trying not to collapse into your joints, but pressing away, always lifting up with that energy. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Excellent. Now we're gonna roll over on our backs again. And this, I encourage you to watch me first just because it's kind of a syncopated rhythm. We're gonna reach our arms up overhead, but try to keep them nice and straight behind your head. Mine are under the couch, but they're straight. We're gonna inhale to reach up, and then exhale to forward fold, and then roll it all back. And we're gonna do that 2 times. So we're gonna inhale up, and then exhale, forward fold, reach towards your toes, and just let it go back. All right, so let's get a nice long stretch with our arms overhead, or as long as you're able to. Mine is not that long. Let all of your air empty out. Inhale pulls you up, and exhale lets you fold forward. And then when you've reached forward fold, no need to hold it. Simply release and roll 1 vertebrae at a time back into the earth. Stretch your arms out. Take a breath at the bottom here. And then empty it all out. The inhale is going to pull you up. Exhale helps you fall forward. And as soon as you arrive, begin to roll it on back. Excellent. Here, let's tuck in one knee and the other. You can give them a little hug and rock side to side. And now it's a little bit of yogi's choice. So often people like to go into a child's pose here, or happy baby, think, or a shoulder stance. So please find what works for you. If you're going into shoulder stance, you can line your back. You can get a little momentum with your hips lifting. And when they lift high enough, you're gonna catch right underneath those hip bones. It takes a little practice, so don't worry if it feels uncoordinated at first. And you're gonna basically walk on the ceiling. Just have your feet there. Happy baby. Open those legs wide and reach the outer edges of your feet. And just rock side to side. If you are in shoulder stand, take a deep breath. And on an exhale, you're gonna start rolling the lower spine back towards the floor, watching those knees don't hit your teeth or anything. There we go. If you're in happy baby or any other variation, begin to release. You're gonna bring the soles of your feet to touching and let those feet come to the floor. Knees are open like a butterfly. Hands, you can have one hand at your heart, one hand at your belly. Both hands at your heart can be really nice sometimes. Close your eyes, bound ankle pose, hip opener, deep breath. Already, as if this is the liminal space between our asana movement practice and our shavasana corpse pose, our stillness pose. This is the transition. Already start feeling the shoulders melting into the earth, almost fusing with the earth. You are one with it in this moment. You can begin to open those arms, close your eyes. You can keep your feet in your bound ankle pose, or you can extend them one at a time. So you're like a starfish from an aerial view. Let those feet flop out. You are holding tension nowhere in your muscles, nowhere in your mind. Take this moment and allow peace to come in. Allow peace to just fill you. Peace with being at ease with what is happening right now. Accepting it fully, radically accepting the present, even if for only a moment. Take a deep breath in, the fullest one yet. And on your exhale, feel from the head to the toes a melting sensation of your body into the earth. Shavasana. Good, just a bit more. Choosing to accept this as it is. And ever so gently, as if waking from a dream, begin to bring small movements back into your fingers and your toes. Notice your temperature here, being so open. Are you cooling right off? Bring bigger movements in now. I like to sometimes rub the space above my eyebrows and my temples while my eyes are still closed. You can reach your arms overhead in a big, good morning stretch. And when you're ready, take an exhale to roll over onto one of your sides, tucking in your knees. So you're in a little fetal pose. Your back is the shape of a letter C or capital G, which can be very soothing for the lower back and also soothing for the spirit. This very self-contained posture keeps our heat in, protects our vital organs. And when you're ready, use your hands, eyes still closed, to press up to a seated position. Find your alignment, but gently, casually. You're not rigid or overly alert. You're just simply embodied in your alignment. We're gonna bring our hands to meet and gently rub them back and forth. And as you get used to the sensation, increase the speed so that some heat you start feeling some heat between the palms. And when you feel that heat, when it's at a temperature that feels good for you, press those hands to your heart. Send that heat and that love inwards. And we can bow our heads here, hands in prayer, Anjali Mudra. Here I offer you namaste. You can begin to open your eyes. I want to offer my sincerest gratitude for this class, this practice. We did an awful lot, so make sure that you drink a lot of water, a lot of cider. I hope you have as much spectacularness of this holiday as you want. And I hope that you felt a little embodied in your warriors. You got to try on those costumes for a bit today. It's no joke. Those are pretty serious costumes. So good work. I hope to see you all soon. Donations from this week will go to Black Lives Matter Philly chapter. Yeah, so I hope you have a lovely day and stay safe. All right, bye everyone.